Good evening, my friends. Good evening, my friends. Am I audible? Am I audible and visible? Today, hope I am audible and visible. Today, I'll read out from English translation of the volume ওই মহামানব আসে, and the translation, particularly those areas where Mahakal Bhagavanji has told something about developments in East Pakistan before 1971 Bangladesh war and about the after phase of Bangladesh Liberation War and developments in Pakistan, Baluchistan, Afghanistan. His 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 Mahakal Kathon, what he has prophesied, his prophecy, what is forecasted long before, many decades back. I will just read out those areas. Oma, the English translation, Oi Mahanabo Ashe, was translated mainly by Dr. Shankar Chatterjee. I'll read out from that volume. Okay. Remember, and please, I hope you are looking to the media, Indian media and the world media. The present political developments and war situations in Myanmar Bangladesh border, in developments in Baluchistan, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. And now you see what আমি 1 ঘন্টা পরে কথা বলবো what Mahakal told. Let me start. First, I'm reading from the English translation of Oi Mahanova Ashe. The English volume is Hail to the Magnanimous One. I'm reading. Which he told before the start of the Bangladesh Liberation War. Quote, none of you will be able to establish independent Bengal. Independent Bengal will be established when a massive fist will strike. Seeing the raised fist, the UN shall be in pandemonium. It was published in Jayashree. After that, it read, after that independent Bengal, it will be forced to get Shadhin Bangla established. Independent Bengal will be established by the moves of a great invisible chess player, others mobilized by the master moves of the great chess player shall make the recognition of the independent Bengal inevitable. And another forecast was, which is the reality. subsequently. The fall of stronghold of Joshore Fort will herald the independence of Bangladesh. He told to his followers that the day when you will heard that Joshore Fort has fallen, you will conclude that the PAK army is defeated. The Dhaka has collapsed. And that really happened. On third, fourth day really of the Indian Army entry into the East Pakistan, the Jessore fort fell, collapsed, and then the rest was completed within 13 days. I have told you repeatedly that Bangladesh Liberation War, after the second Great War in the world history, it is the sharpest war, giving a clean result, the birth of a new country. It is even more amazing to recall when he said 5 or 6 years ago, there is only one division in East Pakistan. It is a 1.5 day job. That was the forecast of Bhagwanji. If you read the volumes of the PAK generals after this liberation war, you will also see that only one division of PAK army was posted in East Pakistan. And about America, what he told during this time, when it was discussed that America is helping Pakistan, he commented. What is the comment? Speaking plainly, he told, 50 to 60 wars have been fought throughout the world after the Second World War by America, out of which America could not win in not a single one. Not a single one. Not a single one. And in bracket he is telling that single referred to Churchill, who could not pronounce single. Churchill was always telling single. That's why he is telling America has not won a single war after the Second Great War. A single word. I am alive to tell you this. In another place he is telling why the Pakistan lost the war. They are the most despicable lecherousness, licentiousness, and war cannot go hand in hand. I have also fought wars. If you see my palm, you shall see the palmar prominences have become so hard. The wise person is that who understands all these and repents. আমি 1 ঘন্টা পরে কথা বলবো. You cannot imagine the extent and intricacy of the events. Your brain shall reel if you hear this. Just think how far apart from each other are East Bengal, West Pakistan, Tibet, China, Northwest Frontier Province, Baluchistan, Indonesia, Africa. handling everything together. Can you think of it? You do not know whose shadow has descended on the whole of Asia, that of the mighty Kronos. Nemesis is bound to descend. It's telling. Can you imagine how much I have to think on at the same time? I have to think on East Pakistan, West Pakistan, Baluchistan, Northwest Frontier Province, Tibet, China, Africa, Indonesia. I have to think over all these things. If you think, your head will reel, your brain will, your brain shall reel. Then another place. I'll just read out. Some of the friends are not acquainted with the English. That's why I am reading that English translation portions. Early in the morning, on the same black and blood soaked date which brought freedom in 1947, came the gory news that the head of the state of the newly independent country, ruled by his own countrymen, has succumbed to assassins' bullets. He is referring to what? Referring to Mujibur Rahman. Assassin's bullet. News that the head of the state of the newly independent country, ruled by his own countrymen, has succumbed to assassin's bullet along with almost his entire family. Charan remembers the time before this country got its freedom, and on the date it proclaimed freedom, hordes of people poured in from this side of Bengal onto the other side, and the warning coming in the form of a thunderous roar from Mahakal, don't go to the other side. Just few days, just before the 15th August 1975, when some of his followers were sitting in front of him, partitioned by a curtain, beyond a curtain, his thunderous voice came, don't go to that side of Bengal. And whoever your relatives and friends are there on that side of Bengal, that is Bangladesh, tell them to come back before 15th of the month. Don't go to that other side. Don't go to the other side. And please let them complete their works and come back before the second week of the 8th month of the year 1975. Before the second week of the 8th month, that is August of the year 1975. On no account shall you remain there after the 14th of the month. On no account you stay there after the 14th of the month. And you see on the 15th of the month what happened in Bangladesh. And do you know what he told about when some of his followers suggested to him, requested to him, why not you are annexing the free East Pakistan, that is free Bangladesh, with India? He roared, he thundered. He told, don't tell this another time in front of me. Let them chuck Islamic Islamic Bangladesh. Let them chuck, let them test Islamic Bangladesh. A second phase will come. Yes, a second phase will come. My friends, do you think that second phase has come? Yes, second phase has come. Now Bangladesh is going to be fragmented. Similarly, the Pakistan is going to be fragmented. What he told about Pakistan, future of Pakistan. Now you see here. And after foreign instructors and advisors in thousands, trainers in conventional calm guerrilla warfare, supervisors, ordnance office, supply, channels. Oh, it is a grand affair. Entirely inside PA. PA means Pakistan. But entirely outside the calm, their jurisdiction. That means he is telling in that time, in early 80s, that you see, in Pakistan there are so many foreigners from Afghan. Afghans are staying in Pakistan. And they have penetrated into all organizations in Pakistan. And what will happen in future? What these Afghans will do in future from inside the Pakistan? Then he's telling, Pa means Pakistan cannot simply say anything. Pakistan is failing to tell them anything. And these Afghanis are freely moving, getting everything, enjoying life. A curious and peculiar situation is developed in Pakistan. If it takes a specific turn, resultant peace hubs splinters. Peace hubs splinters. Khanda, khanda. Singular, dual, plural in the Sanskrit grammar. Other words, Pakistan will be fragmented. And you friends, that Mahakal Kathon, I believe, my reading believes, it is before 1983. Before 1983. And my friends, you see what is happening today. And the specific areas, how many time I have passed, I believe. And you see, I have few days back, I have shown you a document. I have shown you a document where his statement is, that is, I have told you this statement, আমি চন্দ্রনাথ পাহাড়ে থাকিব, তাই তো? What is the statement? Yes, page 126 of the Mahakal Kathon. কনৌ বসামি চন্দ্রশেখরে কলিযুগে আমি চন্দ্রশেখরে থাকিব. And Chandrasekhar Pahad is the Chandranath Pahad in hilly Chittagong. And you know, now this hilly Chittagong area is the pacemaker of the political developments in East Bengal, East Pakistan or Bangladesh, whatever. The pacemaker. This Chatga is the pacemaker of new political developments. And the development in Arakan, I have told you, I have shown you a document, an affidavit, an affidavit to Justice Khosla Commission. অশোক, কাল দুপুরে চন্দ্রনাথ পাহাড়ে চন্দ্রনাথ ধামে গেট উদ্বোধন করতে যাচ্ছি। থ্যাংক ইউ। অ্যান্ড an affidavit was submitted to Justice Khosla Commission in 1970 and by one Muzdur Mubarak. Muzdur Mubarak. Also, the very same man, when more aged, he submitted almost the same affidavit in Justice Khosla Commission. And this Muzdur Mubarak is a family member of a very big, very influential family, a Nawab family, Lucknow-based Nawab family. They have houses in Delhi, in Lucknow, in Calcutta. And when Nehru was coming to Calcutta, at that time there was no big hotels. Nehru was residing sometimes in the house of Mezda Sharad Bose, sometimes in the residence of Dr. B.C. Rai, sometimes in the residence of this person. And he was a freedom fighter also. In the prison cell, along with him in the prison was Joy Prakash Narayan, Ram Manohar Lohia, all these big persons, Nehru. He was familiar to all these big shots. In this affidavit he is telling, in Burma, and he was, I have told you, a big rice merchant. Remember, after 1939, there was, in the eastern India, there was a man-made famine by British. There was crisis of rice in eastern India. And after partition, when 47, India had the scarcity of rice. India was importing rice from Thailand and Burma. Thailand, Burma is all along rice surplus zones. You remember in 1943, when famine was at the height in eastern India, Banglar Durbhikho, Netaji in his broadcast declared that if British gives him permission, license, if some freedom, that the ships full of rice, 1 lakh ton rice, go to the Calcutta port, and the British will allow the port, these ships to enter into the port and leave the port safe. If the British give that promise, he will send the rice. British did not give that sanction. And in 1954, this man went to Thailand and Burma to settle the huge rice purchased from that country for India. And while he was in Rangoon, it was military government Rangoon at that time, he came across a mystery man. I have mentioned mystery man. When this Muzdur Mubarak was going to visit the memorial of the Bahadur Shah, the last Samrat, the last Mughal Samrat of Delhi, he was there imprisoned and died there. Their memorial is there. On the way, he met a mystery man, Mr. Monk, a Buddhist monk. Then again he met this person in the campus of this memorial of this Mughal Samrat. And that time, this mystery man, in some dark, in a shadow area, was found crying at the feet of the memorial. Second meet. Third meet, in the midnight, in his hotel. This mystery man traced out the hotel residence of this Muzdur Mubarak and met there. But again, he presented himself, the mystery man, as Mr. Monk, a Buddhist monk. And the conclusion is there are huge descriptions of discussions of Mazdur Mubarak with this Buddhist monk. His descriptions is there page after page. I have given these documents in the volume, and the conclusion of this Mazdur Mubarak is that he is Netaji Subhash Chandra. And now you see the development in the Arakan front. Yes, Arakan front development, a rise of Arakan Liberation Army is to some extent sudden to us. But remember, I have told you repeatedly for last many years, there are two sets of power in the composed of Indian forces and international forces. Two sets, one friendly, one enemy. One friendly set, one enemy group having Indian agents, also international forces. They want to destroy this Bharatvarsha, this Sanatan Bharatvarsha. They want to fragment this Bharatvarsha further. British, Jinnah, Gandhi, Nehru partitioned India in a religious plane, on the basis of religion. They destroyed to a large extent our nationalism. And there was foreign powers and these national characters. At the same time, there are a set of forces composed of some international players and some national players who tried to rebuild this Bharatvarsha. Rebuild this Bharatvarsha. And the tussle between these two sets of powers is continuing in this South Asia. South Asia means this India, partitioned India, Pakistan, Burma, Bangladesh, Ceylon, all these things. A restructuring is needed in all the countries to have a new shape of Sanatan Bharatvarsha. These two sets are fighting with each other, and many forces are in disguise. Enemies of Bharatvarsha are in disguise. Also, friends of Bharatvarsha is bound to remain in disguise. Then what is happening in Pakistan? Many times I have discussed on Pakistan. Pakistan is bound to fragment. Both East Pakistan and West Pakistan are artificial states, artificial countries, was suddenly created with effort from some few decades, and naturally, as they are not natural countries, natural states, they are bound to disintegrate and disappear. Because both the founding force of Pakistan, East or West, is anti-Hinduism, anti-Sanatan, and anti-Indian nationalism. On a negative basis, a country cannot survive for decades, for years, for decades, for centuries. But both Pakistan is bound to disintegrate. And whatever has happened in Bangladesh in last August, it is for the conspiracy led down by a deep state of America and some European forces and Pakistan and some forces in India that like Congress. When they saw they are unable to destabilize the NDA government, Modi government, they hatched an indirect way of destabilizing eastern India by destabilizing Bangladesh, by burning Bangladesh. Once the Bangladesh is destabilized, because they saw a good friendship between Hasina and Modi government, if they can destabilize Hasina government, Bangladesh, that destabilization process will destabilize eastern India. and naturally destabilize Delhi government, Modi government. That is the conspiracy. But I tell you, another, another set of forces are prepared for many decades. The players are inside India in disguise and players outside international plane, and blessed by blessed by planned by blessed by a divine man, and the result is disintegration of Pakistan, new political development in Afghanistan, Baluchistan, inside Pakistan, and here in Bangladesh and Arakan front. They are new developments. But the preparation is from long before. Long before. From 1945. From 1945. All preparations is there. He foresaw what is going to happen in South Asia, in Asia, and all over the world. What will be the development of the global players? He foresaw. He has that foresight. And I have given you a document in my volume 3 Netaji Subhash Chandra Kichu Bitorko Tottho, a document published in Republic, USA, that a white paper by the think tank of USA, where the think tank was suggesting to the White House about the policy, the government, their government policy in Afghanistan, when USSR is trying to expand or not. China is gradually, it has become communist, and here on the side India. And in policy framing, they are considering few facts, few factors. One of the important factor is that they have written they will consider their policy in Afghanistan, taking the fact that Bose has not died. We have to consider what he is doing, what he is thinking about Afghanistan. Can you imagine? 1954. That's the process is going, and please look into the political developments in West Asia, in Pak-Afghan border. All are changing very quickly. And also in Bangladesh Arakan area, also look to Korea, Indo-Pacific region, and Ukraine front. The change of person in the House of President, that is White House, in the on the third week, January 9, this month. All these will boost positively in our process to rebuild Bharatvarsh. Rebuild Bharatvarsh. For more than 1,000 years, we have been traumatized by different enemy forces. But now it is the time for our recovery. Good night, my friends. Any question? Nilanjan Dotto, successful. What successful? Nilanjan, the TMC leader Kunal Ghosh said, no comment please. I will not comment on this such statement of such persons. কাল দুপুরে চন্দ্রনাথ পাহাড়ে চন্দ্রনাথ ধামে গেট উদ্বোধন করতে যাচ্ছি দাদা। ইয়েস, ভেরি গুড, ভেরি গুড, ভেরি গুড। অভিজিৎ ভট্টাচার্য নমস্কার। অক্ষদীপ কর্মকার, গুড ইভিনিং স্যার। হ্যাঁ, গুড ইভিনিং অক্ষদীপ। হু ইজ অ্যাবোভ, আই ক্যানট সি। গুড ইভিনিং আদার পারসন। অতনু, অতনু, ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ, গুড নাইট মাই ফ্রেন্ডস, গুড নাইট। Look to the developments, look to the developments, what is happening. Actually, I was mentally prepared to get all these informations. I was mentally, for decades, I was mentally prepared to get these positive developments in Arakan Bangladesh front, inside Bangladesh, in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Baluchistan, all these things. I was mentally prepared. And these hopes are expressed in my volumes. But in volume 3, I have there, not only I have quoted there the statements of MAHAKAL, but other records, statements from other players of the world, what is going to happen. Yes. Thank you. Good night. Ashok, thank you. May God bless you. We know you are in a very adverse situation, very critical situation. Hope may God bless you all. Bless you all. Actually, the Hindus in West Bengal, we are being encouraged by your courage. By your courage. I have told you, don't trust the intellectuals of this Calcutta, this West Bengal. All polluted, all lost. Hindu intellectuals are lost, intellectuals are lost. All puppets, most polluted. We Bengali Hindus here in West Bengal are encouraged by your courage. Those who are the Hindus, Christians, Buddhists in Bangladesh fighting the brutal force of Islam there were encouraged. Thank you, Ashok. Good night.